Hello students. In this lecture, we are going to learn about the enthalpies of the reaction, different forms of enthalpies of reaction for different kinds of reaction. Now, what is enthalpy? Why we mention the term enthalpy? We know that enthalpy is also known as heat transferred at a constant pressure, right? Heat transferred at a constant heat transferred at constant pressure QP. This is equal to enthalpy change. Means what is enthalpy? It is what? It is heat only, no? Enthalpy is heat only, right? Heat which is given. So whenever there is any chemical reactions which is taking place, in a chemical reaction, what happens? Reactants are converted to what? Are converted to products. Converted to products means reactant changes to product. Now what does a reaction means? Reaction doesn't mean always that two reacting species will be combining to give you the third one. Reaction may be just like, it may be a melting is also a reaction, evaporation of the some substance is also a reaction, okay, vaporization, condensation, all these are also considered to be reaction. So the thing, why enthalpy, why we introduce this term enthalpy? So by simple terms, enthalpy, I will write definition. First we'll write the definition, we'll understand the definition. Okay, it is enthalpy is defined as the heat. Finally it is a heat, right? At what? At constant pressure, no? Heat released or absorbed in a chemical reaction. Now to break a bond, I will write one more statement. It is defined as the heat released or absorbed in a chemical reaction. Whenever any chemical reaction takes place, so either heat is absorbed or heat is given out, right? So that is what is the enthalpy is. So when bonds are broken, okay, why heat is absorbed? If the question is why heat is absorbed or released in a chemical reaction, is due to the bonds are broken and bonds are also formed, right? What happens is that in the reactant side, bonds are broken of reactants, okay, and whenever bonds are broken, energy is absorbed. When bonds are broken, to break a bond, energy is required. To break a bond, energy is required. So here energy is what? Heat energy. When bonds are broken, energy is absorbed. Right? And bonds are formed for product. In a product side, new bonds are formed. So what I write is old bonds are broken in reactants, right? And new bonds, I will write new bonds are formed for products, right? So when bond are formed, energy is released. Okay. So now depends, there are two kinds of reaction. There are two kinds of enthalpies. So that is, when heat is absorbed in a chemical reaction and sometime heat is released, depends, right, where the energy is more, right? Means we'll write this. So there are two kinds of enthalpies. There are two kinds of enthalpies. One is exothermic. There are two kinds of reaction actually. Exothermic reactions. Exothermic reactions. Okay. Before we discuss exothermic or endothermic, I write over here enthalpy of the reaction. Enthalpy delta H of any reaction is given as the enthalpy of the product minus enthalpy of the reactant, means heat of the product minus heat of the reactant. So there are two kinds of reaction. One is exothermic, one is exothermic reactions. What does this mean? Is that heat energy or energy is released. Energy is released, and delta H over here is negative, right? Delta H over here is considered negative, means an enthalpy of the reactant should be more than that of the product, means energy absorbed should be more than that of the product, then only the energy will be released and delta H will be negative. And the exothermic reaction or many combustion reactions are there which tells about the exothermic reaction. For example, if I write this, a carbon solid and oxygen gas, okay, this gives us the value carbon dioxide. Now over here enthalpy is given, delta H is given to be minus 393.5 kilojoules per mole. This is what the enthalpy is given for this. And another example is like hydrogen and oxygen, half moles hydrogen giving you water. Here enthalpy of the reaction is given to be minus 285.8 kilojoules per mole. You can write kilojoules because since 1 mole of the product is formed, it is 1 mole. Means here heat is released. Means enthalpy of the reactant is more than that of the product. Right? Means more amount of the energy is absorbed to break the bonds. Okay? Then the energy is released after the formation of the new bonds. That is what it exactly means. So this is exothermic reaction, delta H is negative. See, many times, one more thing I would like to say is that in a thermochemistry or chemical equation, this heat which is written, I have written this delta H is equal to this. In the form of the product also it could be written plus 393.5 kilojoules of heat. Here it is a plus, means what? Heat is given. Understand that delta H is negative. Like this is forming, this is also a product of the reaction. Like the way carbon dioxide is also a product, you will feel the hotness after the reaction, you will feel the heat, and that is also considered to be product. So plus sum of the product in the form of heat which is written. When heat is given, the enthalpy is considered negative. That is what the exothermic reaction is. Then there comes a endothermic reaction. Next is endothermic reaction. Second, endothermic reaction. Here delta H is positive, means heat is absorbed, heat energy is absorbed in this chemical reaction. Now heat energy is absorbed means what? Heat at a constant pressure, that is what it means, which is equal to enthalpy, right? Heat energy is absorbed in this chemical reaction, means enthalpy delta H is positive. When we will get the enthalpy to be positive? When enthalpy of the product is more than that of the reactant. Means when new bonds are formed, more energy is released. That is what it means compared to the energy required for the breaking. So here what we'll write is that example, we'll write an example. So heat content of the product is more than that of the reactant. means more amount of the energy is released in this case when new bonds are formed. That is what it mean. So heat content of the product is more. So what we can write is, example is nitrogen, oxygen, this nitrogen gas and oxygen gas. Whenever they react, you get this 2 moles of a NO gas, and over here enthalpy is given to be, delta H to be is equal to 180.7 kilojoules. Now this reaction 180.7, I have written positive, means heat is absorbed over here. I can also write over here to be in a chemical equation only. If you are writing it in a chemical equation, you can write it this way, minus this much amount of the heat is absorbed, right? So these are the things, different aspects, general way of representing a enthalpy of the reaction. Next is factors affecting delta H. And what factors this enthalpy change is going to be depend on, right? So here first factor I'll write is a physical state of reactant and product. Physical state of the reactant and product. This is the first thing. For example, we'll take a hydrogen, this is a gas, plus half moles of O2, and what is formed over here is a H2O gas. Okay, this is what is formed. So here water, this is also a gas. What is the product form is a gas over here. So we'll write, I'm not taking an exact value over here, exact value of the enthalpy. For your understanding, I'll take some value like minus 80. I'll take minus 80 amount of the heat is released in this case, exothermic reaction. Okay, now same hydrogen gas and half mole of O2 gas is getting converted to H2O liquid, right? Over here delta H will consider little higher. I'll explain you the reason. Let's consider this is to be minus 100. See, the reaction is same, the product is also same, but only the physical state, here what you are getting is a gas, here what you are getting is a liquid, right? So enthalpy changes for both the reactions are different, right? In which case more energy is released, right? It is this reaction where the more energy is released. Minus sign, don't go with the values. Okay, minus 100 is less, means less energy. It just tells that how much energy is absorbed or released. Sign tells you about only how much energy is absorbed or released. Means minus means released, right? And positive means absorbed. So in both the reaction energy is released, but in which case it is released more, because here minus 100 is bigger magnitude, right? So it is here enthalpy is more, means heat release is more. We can consider this also, like from here to here there is a condensation, taking place, condensation, right? Gas getting converted to the liquid, this is called as a condensation. So condensation is a process where heat is removed, right? When heat is removed, that is what is condensation. So obviously over here main point of this thing is that physical state, one is gas, other is liquid, different heat of reactions are given. So in which reaction, if I say this is A and this is B, in which reaction more heat is released? It is answer B, option reaction B. Next factor which defines, which controls the enthalpy is allotropes. Second, right, allotropic forms of the reactant and the product. Second, allotropic forms of reactant and product. See, sometimes this theory is also important, knowing different factors, because MCQ could be formed in any form over there, right? So allotropic forms of reactant and product. So for example, carbon, diamond is also a carbon and graphite is also a carbon. Both are carbon. This is a combustion reaction, right? CO2. And over here delta H1, some enthalpy of this reaction is delta H1, and over here also carbon dioxide. This is gas, this is also gas, and here some enthalpy H2, right? Since this is a allotrope, carbon and diamond both are allotropes, over here both enthalpies are different, means what we can say is that delta H1 is not is equal to delta H2, okay? Although the product is same, the reactant is also same, but only they are the allotrope. So allotrope will also matter. Second, medium in which reaction takes place. Third factor is a medium in which reaction takes place. Means basically we are talking of the solvent, okay, that will also matter. And fourth, temperature and pressure. Fourth is the temperature and pressure. On this factor also the enthalpy is going to depend. Next is a standard heat of reaction. Next, where I write standard heat of reaction, or we can also write standard enthalpy. Standard enthalpy of a reaction. It is also written as delta R H naught, standard enthalpy of the reaction. Now standard, we need to standardize something. You know, different reactions taking place at a different temperatures, because you know temperature is also a factor which will which will control the enthalpy of the reaction. So we need to standardize something. Okay, this is a certain temperature at which this reaction is taking place, and so heat is released. Okay, tomorrow it should not happen. Okay, one person from US is saying that, you know, okay, this is the amount of the heat which is released, but he is taking, let's say, at a temperature 600 Kelvin. Someone from the India is doing the same reaction, but at a 300 Kelvin, and is saying that heat is released. But there should be some standardization, because heat of the reaction, enthalpy of the reaction is a variable with temperature. So standardization is made this way. A temperature is considered to be 298 Kelvin, and pressure is to be considered 1 atmosphere. And also when it comes to the concentration is of the solvent or aqueous solvent is moles, concentration of the solution is moles per liter, right? 1 mole per liter, that was considered. But again, there was a limitation to this standardization. Why? There are certain reactions, you know, which doesn't take place at this temperature. There are certain reactions like Haber's process, nitrogen and hydrogen getting combined. That doesn't happen in normal conditions of the temperature and pressure. It is not happening at 298 Kelvin, right? It happens at a very high temperature. So in that case, it was considered the temperature at which particular reaction is taking place. That temperature was considered. So this temperature is not always 298 Kelvin in the case of standard enthalpy of the reaction. Means it may be a temperature at which that reaction is feasible. Okay, and the pressure is 1 atmosphere. So these are the conditions for the standard enthalpy of the reaction. So standard enthalpies. So here we'll understand when we consider a standard enthalpy of some of the reaction or some of the reactants to be is equal to 0, right? For example, substances having, we'll write a substances having standard enthalpy to be is equal to 0. Which are the substances? Means substances occurring in natural state. Substances occurring in natural state where large temperature is not supplied. We are not making this reaction, it is automatically happening at certain temperature, right? Natural state. Delta H naught for those is equal to considered to be 0. So for example, chlorine in nature exists as what? Cl2 only, no? So delta H naught for Cl2 is considered to be is equal to 0. Now hydrogen, if you consider delta H naught of H2 to be is equal to 0. See, hydrogen is formed from atoms, right? But in natural it is existing as a H2. See, it is considered 0. Remember, it is considered 0, but it is not is equal to 0. Just marked as a 0 as a reference. And accordingly, other enthalpies will be compared with respect to this. This is not actually a 0 because it will be formed somewhere, no? Some atoms are getting combined, some energy will be released, okay, to form this hydrogen. But since it is happening, it is occurring as a H2 only, it is considered 0. Okay, then for example, standard enthalpy of oxygen also exists as O2, which is equal to 0. We can also write delta H naught for Br2. This is also is equal to 0. Nitrogen also exists as a N2. So delta H naught for a nitrogen is also is equal to 0. We can write more. Delta H naught of carbon. Carbon means what? It is a graphite. Graphite is a carbon. Let's see. Graphite is considered 0, but delta H naught carbon of the diamond, I am writing diamond, this is not formed at the lower conditions of the temperature, it is formed extreme conditions of the temperature and pressure. Although it is occurring naturally, but it is formed at extreme conditions of the temperature and pressure. Here standard enthalpy of the carbon is not is equal to 0, right? So although it is formed from a carbon only, but it is formed at a higher temperature and pressure. Delta H naught of the sulfur S8 is equal to 0. It is orthorhombic. S8 is a orthorhombic. For orthorhombic it is considered orthorhombic. It is 0. Delta H naught of phosphorus P4. This is equal to 0, but white phosphorus. Okay, so these are the things about the standard substances having a standard enthalpy to be is equal to 0, means delta H naught is equal to 0, right?